With you. I know it's been a while, but here's the latest book I'm reviewing, Fever Pitch by Nick Hornby. Now, if you're a football fan, this book is for you. Yes, it was released in the early 90s and it was made into a film, but many football fans, including myself, can relate to this book. Nick Hornby talks about when he first got into football, going with his dad, how he ended up getting a book for Arsenal. Now, he didn't live in Arsenal, so he talks about the adventure of travelling down and the difficulties he had at a young age. The book itself is not in chronicle order, so it skips back and forth from his childhood to his adult life to his student life, but every bit of the way it makes sense, it links and relates to other parts of him growing up watching Arsenal. It talks about the years of frustration, the League Cup final that he was able to attend at Wembley, the hunt for success, the harrowing moments, the joys he gunners, his early football heroes, the players that he doesn't want to see again, or players such as High Expectations, Malcolm MacDonald being one of them. He talks about when he went to university and started following Cambridge United as well, and the difference between watching them and Arsenal, and even Maidenhead United get a mention. He talks about the impact it had on his relationships, and again, many of us can think of that, and people, some relationships, like the girlfriend who got the book for it and then he's thinking, hang on, she's a Johnny come lately. The book itself talks about the impact it's had on his work life, such as him teaching one of his students who was an Arsenal fan. The book goes on and it has many good moments, many entertaining moments and moments of frustration, and it is written really well. He talks about the England football team not necessarily being a big fan of them, not being a fan of the fan base who he felt at the time were often very right wing or very not the sort of people he wanted to relate to, while also noting on growing up watching Arsenal the role hooliganism had in the game, and also impact of Hillsborough and Hazel as it happened. Nick Hornby has really hit the nail on the head with this. It's even inspiring me to maybe write a book about my experiences of watching football. He talks about it just like you and me in the pub. He talks about the friends he went with at first and who we went with later on. This book is probably one of the best written football books. If you've never watched the film, watch it. And I can honestly agree, if there was a mark out of this, it would get a 10 out of 10. That is Tom's football book review.